Special Hawaii was. I was the 8th program director hired in 3 years. The racial tension between white and black students was horrible, and most of my predecessors had not lasted even 1 year. It was sad to see that in some ways things had worsened in race relations, crime, and poverty from the 1960s, when I served in an inner city housing project in Columbus, Ohio, at the height of the civil rights conflict. After completing my master's degree and serving 1 year at FPCC based on a philosophy that came from being nurtured in Hawaii, a very different place than the continental United States, I was asked to stay on as the program director and asked to name my price. But I told them that I was humbled by their offer, but no money in the world could keep me from returning to Hawaii. I resolved that if there was anywhere in the world that was hopeful in the world in such crisis, Hawaii was the place, and I would invest my life here. In returning home, I was upset at seeing how much our young people had become influenced by the media and our mainland thinking. At the same time, the Hawaii Renaissance was beginning to give birth. I was and continue to be an avid learner of Hawaiian things. I began to understand that my birthplace and the culture of the first people was my culture. Culture are values reinforced by traditions, practices, and congruent with one's standard of conduct. I have been so blessed to have met so many that have shared their knowledge and life with me. I am humbled at the thought of being in this special place and able to share these learnings in the hope that it will honor Hawaii and leave it to be nurtured by generations to come. I am but the haku, a weaver or binder of the elements that make up the Ohana management system. It encompasses my own personal philosophy built through the inspiration and input of many significant others in my life. It is born out of love, remembrance of a specialness of being Hawaiian. The remembrance of growing up, the other one said being Kanaka. Yeah, so take out the Hawaiian. The remembrance of growing up without owning a key to our house, feeling good when we gave others and didn't think of what was to be given in return. A time when one felt a true sense of community in the schools, when neighbors were extended ohana. I share this system in hope that our classes become a place of learning through the efforts of caring by all students and teachers alike. I further hope that we as educators will not be afraid of being overwhelmed by the needs of our students, but rather challenged to build an environment of shared responsibility and caring. More than any other time, we need to look sharply at the kind of world our young people are entering. The world is filled with people grasping madly for things that are promised to provide them with richer life. Yet this material world leaves many people very unfulfilled and unhappy. We need to see our students in a more holistic way. What will academic achievement in itself provide a youngster that cannot communicate with others effectively and meaningfully? Isn't cooperation necessary in almost every work situation? Where will they learn these skills? If you choose to use Ohana management system, remember that it is only a process by which you can help students to have a richer learning experience through relationships modeled after a well-functioning Ohana. Each person must first work to understand and clarify his beliefs in the Ohana values. The teacher must also perceive the learning process to be as important as the content. The consistent practice of the values will be the most effective tool. Ohana management system is about making and maintaining healthy connections. I hope that if you choose to use Ohana management system, it will bring you and your students enrichment and continuous growth. Aloha pumihana, fe, suroko, kalani ho'omalu, uera. My kumu. My awesome kumu. 26 years. I've been under the tutelage of this Huihui. I was a single father, came to her program, entered my kids in the Alakai Malama Academy, and just started attending with them, and I became a fixture. Started volunteering all kind hours, all kind days, just trying to get everything settled. But yeah, I guess this thing not gonna work. But I just wanted to get some values. First of all, ask a couple questions before I start getting into the OMS. Because here I am humbled to share it over here. You know why? I come here and I see it in action. Yeah, you guys live it. So what are 3 or 4 core values you live by? And at home, school, and work. Okay, what's some values? If I get somebody that can good penmanship, can write them for us on the board, or us, we get our guitar early.
I mean, you're standing there.
That's good. Awesome. But yeah, I do definitely somebody. What's some values? Just throw them out, like core values that you operate with on a daily basis with your keiki or your respect, integrity, discipline, awesome, aloha. That is the number. Yes, aloha. Trust. Hey, Brittany. How are you? Trust. What else? What kind of values you practice almost every day or every day? And we get some more people are going to come get involved. How are you?
How's it all covered?
All right.
Communication.
These are awesome values.
You can put this stuff down, right?
Yeah.
If you need more, there's some comfortable ones on the side. Let me drop this down. That's why he's sitting in the back too, bro. Yeah, whatever, grab it, sir. Drop it down, please.
Any more? Okay, what we're doing is you're looking for your core values you operate on work daily, at work or at play, at school, whatever. What are the values you practice? Almost every day or every day? Throw them out there, anything.
Patience.
Ahonui, patience. Yeah. Ahonui. Eyo. That's about it? That's all you got? Lokahi. Hawaii. Because of these, I'm going to use what you're looking at is on triangle with the kind, yeah? That comes with the trilogy also. That on a point, God, land, and man, and back to God, yeah? So that's why we always do that. Representing God. That's how it could, yeah? So yeah, I was hoping to hear Malama. Because that's the most important one. Why?
Malama.
Malama. Because everybody malama aina, yeah? Malama each other. Huh? Malama life in general. Yeah? So malama is one of the most important, is the foundational, one of the 4 foundational values that our ancestors left us. Why? Because if you malama some place, something, or somebody, it sets your kuleana. How you going to treat that person, place, or thing. And laulima, many hands working together to make what? The circle of life, lokahi. Yeah? So lokahi is that. So the malama sets your kuleana, and the laulima holds that triangle up. Without one of those values, the house fall down. And that was very important to me. And I never learned this until I was, 34 years old. I never had none of these values, none of those values you're looking at in my life. Why? I was colonized. Yeah? I lived in a world where I went to quit school at my senior year for go get my master's degree in Hotel Street. And my PhD in Waikiki. That's where I grew up. Yeah. And it wasn't until 1998, yeah, when I started, I would wake up because my 5-year-old was speaking foreign. Internet download, floppy disk, never heard that in my life. And in 1998, my 5-year-old came home talking those languages, and I was shocked. So what I did, I caught the bus to Lyric Community College. I went to sign up for ICS 100, Introduction to Computer Science. And the Japanese lady, nothing against Japanese, but the Oriental lady behind the kind, she said, huh? Real kind of, oh, you know my high school diploma? Oh, no. She go, oh, you get GED. I go, what the hell is that? I never know. I came from Hotel Street, right? So I never know. And the lady went, huh? And you like come college? I went off in pig Latin, let me tell you. We I went off air on her. I said, and then I caught myself. God grant me the serenity to accept this person for who she is. Thank you, Jesus. Then I said, you know what, lady? And I told her the story of my 5-year-old and why I gotta take this class, because she's smarter than me. I don't even know how to turn on one computer, let alone play one game on her. She go, you get 2 hours. I go, I get the rest of my life. This is my children I'm talking about. I was a single father with a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old at that time. And I was like going crazy. She said, okay, follow me. She took me in the back of the counter, took me to a room, sat me down, gave me a number 2 pencil, yeah, a Scantron, which I never saw in my life, and scratch paper. Then she bring one booklet. She said, break the seal. You have 2 hours to complete it. Put it in a tray. I start writing my name on a Scantron. She go, wait. What's the matter? You stupid. I go, I couldn't see it's bad. Only other thing it's there. I said, oh yeah. I mean, is she having that on the instant email or say I don't know if yeah, she did time for all myself and I go, oh my goodness. Long story short, 2 weeks after that I go letter in the mail. Congratulations, you accepted to Lyric Community College. Hawaii. So in 2001, I graduated with my associates in human service. I transferred to Manoa, where I was going into social work, right? Because that's what I do with NTFA. Take social work. I went social work. Oh, my head was sore. The kind of stuff they was trying to teach me in social work 200 wasn't going. I said, brother, this too elementary for me. It was, because I was doing it for umpteen years with NTFA. I go to the class and they give me all this decarpentomalized stuff. They put them all in 0 to 5, 6 to 10. No. Ohana, man, you work with the whole Ohana. Not, just. So I said, what the? somebody told me about, somebody whispered in my ear, "Oh, uncle, I think you should try FAMR." I go, "What is that?" "Oh, Family Resources out of CTAR, College of Tropical Ag." So I went, I'll go check them out, I'll read the thing. I went, drop social work 200, I went into FAMR. And I had an awesome time because they deal with Ohana Management System, which is 0 to death. That means before birth, you get named in your mommy's tummy, and that's the kind. And that's what I'm doing right now. The first name I received was from my grandma, Princess Hannah Edna Kekua, and that name was Kaluya Kalani. So when I went to visit Josh Green's office the other day for my service for Vista, I grabbed me one name change. My name going to be pretty soon going to be Kaluya Kalani Kekua instead of Hercules Kaluya Kalani Kekua Hūihui. I don't change until my first name given before I was even Hana. Yeah. So I'm doing it, and just, and paying a lot of mahalos to my kumu that, I was under her for 26 years. She was like my mom. Geez, so we're gonna have one celebration of life for her coming up for the community. The brother not like talk story with me. I thought I'm gonna help. So everybody said, "Hey, let's do our own." Do our own. So that's where we're gonna be doing them. But those are the vases. So kupa'a, in the middle, you gotta be pa'a. Stand firm in your word. So that's the mission of the family. So as the family operates, that's what you're gonna be. Kupa'a. You're gonna be steadfast on your family's mission. What is your mission in life? What is your kind? So with that mission comes this kind, what you call kanawais or functions. Those are responsibilities. Here you go, somebody can pass them out. Thank you so much. I wanted the visuals to have effect too, because these things when really help me. Like when I was 34 years old, I came here Antife, and I tell you, I learned so much of the Hawaiian culture. I got them back. When I was going UH, I went to go do my genealogy, and that was unreal. Because I finally did my mom's genealogy, which I never did because she was half Hawaiian. But her line more strong than my pure Hawaiian daddy. So I was like, wow. I was so impressed with where I was and my status in life today. So, I come from a Kekua line. Prince Jonah Kekua was my great-grandfather, and Princess Hannah Homewood Ainoa was my great-grandma. So that was awesome. So these functions go with those values. So if you take the sense of unity, if you don't show that at home, guess what? Where your kids gonna line up? Because this is the operations for the Hells Angels. They got this in their kind, in circles. They get them. That's what they live by. The functions of the Ohana. Sense of unity, sense of belonging, the name, color, the trait, your skills. Physical arrangement, knowing where to sleep and put things, how to eat. Some people, they just let their kids go wild, but these were the functions of a real Ohana, working together to get everything accomplished. Roles and responsibilities, job, tasks, helping running the family, giving responsibilities at 2 and 3 years old. And those responsibilities was, hey, time for go play. Send them in the lo'i, go till the soil, and they think they're playing mud. Then jump in the vine to go wash off, So that was the roles and responsibilities of our keiki. They had to learn how to work. At 3 years old, I would learn how to cook rice. And I was proud of it. Because by the time I was 6th grade, I was cooking rice before I left home. So I could jump over the wall to go home and cook me lunch. Because lunch wasn't enough. I would Jumped the wall, Kaliwa in the school, go straight in the house, grab the frying pan, put them on, corned beef, fine, Hawaii, on the rice, go on the wall, smoke cigarette. Oh. Go on the wall, smoke cigarette. The principal bust me, take me in the kind. The principal go, call my mother. Mrs. Huihui, how many times I gotta tell you? My name not Huihui. My name Ayui. Ayui. She remarried. She goes, oh, we caught your son smoking. And what the hell you like me do? It's your problem from 8 to 2. That was my motto. I love her to death. I mean, that was my motto. So I was smoking since I was 4th grade. Coos was my team. And by the time I was intermediate, they couldn't. They would call my mother same thing. She would tell them where to go. All the counselors in Kalihi knew Auntie Hannah. She was the bomb. She would tell them where to go. But these roles and responsibilities of a clear line of authority, yeah? That knowing that Papa is in charge, Mama is in charge, boom. Hako iluna, hako ilalo. That's how I operate in the schools. We get 3rd grade to 12th grade, we meet after schools, we put them in groups, and we let them pick who their hako ilalo gonna be, hako iluna and hako ilalo gonna be. And some of these groups pick 3rd graders for lead their groups. And I asked one senior one time in that group, I go, oh, how come you guys didn't pick her? Oh, uncle, she makaala, she got him. She was raised right. That's what the senior guy told me. So yeah, we're gonna use her to be the leader of our group. So all the Ohana groups have to come up with their mission, statement, everything, and what they're gonna do in the community. That's how Ohana management works, to get everybody to work together. So after that, rules of conduct, place to give and receive moral support, emotional and moral support. Express and correct problems, hostilities, ho'oponopono, ongoing. So in my new endeavor, I just got told by Sister B that we have the class that Auntie Malia gave us is on recording. So she's gonna give me the jump drive that Auntie Malia Craver came to our office and gave all of the staff ho'oponopono training. That's awesome. So that's a very good part of the Ohana, to always ho'oponopono. Make sure you go sleep not mad. Make sure you go sleep pono. And that way you get up pono and you get to Hawaii. How's it going? Daddy, father, all kinds of stuff. So those go hand in hand because of the value system, and the roles and responsibilities come hand in hand with that. Our next thing is, of course, where everything came from, Hawaii. How many of you guys saw this before? Yeah. This is your generations. So work with your keiki lara. Who the grandparents, the great grandparents, grandparents, parents, and then the keiki go on the leaf, yeah? That's where the keiki's done up. The keiki is always the leaf. But you start with your great grandparents. So these can be on tools to work with your keiki, to let them know their generation, the genealogy look smoka into, yeah? So like, oh, thank you. Like I said, I went crazy. I was like just printing away, going, oh, what should I take? What should I take? I'm gonna take the 4 major things that Auntie Faye instill in me for make me the man I am today. Yeah. Hey, if it wasn't for this program, I don't know, I wouldn't be here today. Honestly, I don't think I would be right here today. But she will give me I guess my joy that I was missing all this time of being on Hawaii. So the more I learn of who I am, the more I'm taking steps to correct what was. So that's I'm in a decolonization time of my life, trying to decolonize my mind, my heart, and my soul, because I was stuck in it. I was stuck in that track for a long time. Yeah, it was all about the money. It was all about the money. But when Queen Leleokalani made that statement, we don't want your heaps of money. We want the stone for the food for our people. That's her words. Yeah. So every time, oh yeah, pay this. No. It's not about money. It's about getting the keikis to really learn what is ohana, what a love is. Yeah, that's true love. Like I said, I come here and I see it in action over here. So I might be preaching to the choir, but that's okay. You know, just some tools that I wanted to bring for equip each and every one of you with this ohana management system, which has been a part of my life and made me the man I am today. So it brought me back centered to who? Keakua, the first I got to give my life to Christ, and I turned around and I said, wow, this is awesome. So learning about our queen and just loving all her words and her book, yeah, in her own words, the Queen's Story. That's an awesome book. I love that book. But I read Perpetuated in Righteousness. Now that's a book for you to learn. Yeah. Who's all these other guys that stay doing that? Yeah. But that's okay. To me, that's okay. They can praise Pele, they can praise whoever they like. But when we went to the Mauna, we praised only one God, and that was I'o. And that was awesome. And our wahine danced the first kahiko hula written for Jesus Christ by Heva. And that was an awesome experience up there on the mountain. So for me, so that you can use as a tool with your cake here. And I guess some a little bit more stuff for that one. Okay. This one tells you like here. Gives you directions to this one. Like how for doing like that. So okay. Just that coming up like this one. Oh, one more. I'm gonna press out this one. This one go with that too. That's the.
Okay.
Yeah. Different. That's the story of Haloa. How many of you know the story of Haloa? Raise your hand. Anybody? Nobody? Okay, for those that don't know. Oh, yeah. This one. Okay, I'm going to read them real fast for Haloa. In the distant past, a child was born of Wakia, the father of the heavens, and to Ho'okukulani. They named him Hūnānāniho Kapalili, which meant long-stemmed trembling leaf. But he died soon after birth. The grieving parents buried the little one close to the wall of the Wakia's house. A miracle occurred. Strange plants sprouted from his body. Its broad, velvety green leaves grew on long stems that bent gracefully in the wind. The plant was supported by a fat, bulbous corm, which had many offshoots. It was a taro plant. Ho'okukulani was blessed with another child. She also named him Haloa after his older brother who died. This Haloa had many children, and his descendants were the Hawaiian people and their chiefs. And so a strong bond was created between man and taro. Haloa, the ancestor of man, and Haloa, the most important food plant, were brothers. So that one goes with the kind, and of course you can follow the directions over here for do your plant. I would cut them out, put them on something hard, like on box, cut, shake the leaf, and then have your keiki really know who their great grandparents was, and then the grandparents, and then you, and then their names on it. Put them on your refrigerator. Put magnet in the back. Put them on the refrigerator. Do something with them, but have them visual for your keikis, or even if you know more keikis for your brothers and sisters. So we are aloha ke kai ike kai, Hawaii, love one another. So this one is like the Ohana management system. Actually, is a 3-day training, and it's 8 to 10 hours a day. And we usually have them at one hotel or at one business that wants the training. But this, I just wanted to give a shout out to Auntie Faye for her Ohana management system. And as you notice, it goes back to the 70s. And then it comes back before that. I mean, from the beginning of our ancestors. So this is an awesome tool for use with the keiki and the adults. Because I'm taking it into the prison with the women over at Fernhurst with Auntie Talia Cardenas. So we're gonna start Ohana management there at Fernhurst for the keiki first, and then the moms get to get involved after the keiki learn them. They put on the hoiki for the parents or the wahinis coming out of jail. But this belongs in everywhere, anything. So any questions? And so far, I mean, this is like planning for absorb in like just a little bit time that we have. Yeah, 2 hours is going by real fast. I know that for sure. And Kawu told me, "Oh, try end on it just before 12 so we can go protocol." I'm like, "How?" Okay, gotta be awesome for my Kawu. Yeah. She said, "Stop before the time." So I know maybe by the phone for lower time. So somebody gonna let me know the time. I think 40. Oh, wow. This I get one whole other hour for talk stories. Okay, so. Did I give out the net yet? The upena? Oscar's working the upena. Okay, so to keep everything connected, this exercise really shocked me with the keiki. You can really tell when you give your students, if you're a teacher and you give your students this test, you tell them, put your name in the middle and surround yourself with those that love you and support you. It's really sad sometimes when all get is the vice principal, the nurse, the doctor, everybody else except the parents. The parents stay way out in left field. So that's the kind of keiki I reach out to. I say, "Oh, how come I'm way over here?" And then we get to the truth. They start trusting you and they start believing in you. The Ohana management system is not only one tool for the kind, but it's a tool to really reach deep in Ohana. Yeah? The keikis, they trust you so much. They go, "Oh, Mama Elena, smoking ice last night. Crazy. How?" So talk story. And it's not to get them arrested. It's not to get them kind. We actually, Auntie Faye and I were the first neighborhood place. Yeah, I was on a blueprint committee for change back in the 90s. I did, and Susan Chan Oakland blessed us with that big grant, $3 million. And then we took them, and then when the state told us, always handing in our things, they said, "Oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that." Auntie Faye goes, wait, blueprint committee for change. What the hell the state been doing, CPS been doing all these years, no work. This is what we doing, and this is like, oh, but you have to, oh, then you know what? You can take your money and put them in the sun don't shine. She gave the $3 million back to them. I told them no. Her principles was more than the money. It was about the aloha of the people. It wasn't about lying in her pocket. That woman loved the culture. Yeah. She wasn't Coco, but she was Hawaiian. True and true, because she lived it. She lived it. This woman literally saved my life. She saved my life. And I'm so happy and proud to be her taco today. And taking over CIS is not an easy task. but it's to keep her legacy alive, to keep the Ohana management intact. This whole booklet was adopted, in 1996 by the Department of Education as one of the 7 character building curriculums. And then when I went down to the Department of Education to look to see if they still, Ohana management is there on the shelf. Because after they leave, all the people that we lobbied and got it pushed through and was going to get into the schools, they all left, and then it went on the back shelf. So that's what happens to a lot of good programs and a lot of good stuff. They land up on the shelf. And it's sad. It's really sad. Look at the HA initiative. What a waste of taxpayers' money.
Say that again.
I went down there and get thousands and thousands of boxes with all the material. They went through this initiative, spent millions of dollars getting all this together, and the thing is dead in the wind. It sucks. That's what they do with our money. So I don't know. I'm just overwhelmed. But any kind of questions, anything else? I just wanted to get into the nuts and bolts of Ohana management, which is taking care of your Ohana, your net. That net, that upena, they're gonna put their name in the middle of the name, pass them out, Ooh, sorry. Put the name in the middle, and and you guys get my permission. It says do not copy without permission. You have CIS's permission right now to copy them and give them to your keikis and have them, just for the fun of it. Now put your name in the middle and surround yourself with all the people that love and support you. And see how the baga look. They're going to give you some true answers as far as I can. So our component, it was really intelligent how to get the keiki to really give out their aloha and how they can just by her thing was the metamorphosis at Roosevelt High School. She started that in the 70s. So I gladly met her class of 72. They all flew in, Washington, Miami, all over the country they flew in just to go see Auntie Faye. And they calling me now and just telling me thank you for that day. Because since 1972, every single year they spend one day with Auntie Faye. This class, this group of kids that went to her metamorphosis program. And unreal. One of them a judge. One of them, she just retired from being a vice president of a bank in North Carolina. And she just retired and she moved to Miami. She's an awesome student, and they give back. Every year they bless CIS with awesome donations. So that's what I'm hoping on, to carry this into the schools. I'm starting at Hūnānāniho Elementary School right now. And then I have an invitation to go to, what is that? I know it's Kahala Elementary, but the invitation is there. I'm going to go wherever I get invited. I just don't just put my way out there. But in Waipahu, it is going to be Hūnānāniho Elementary, Waipahu Intermediate, and Waipahu High School. Because what she did was she took third graders and she melted them at August Arms. And she followed them all the way through. When I came along, I got to mentor these kids. And then all of a sudden, they graduate, they go college, they come back to the community. The math district math manager for the Central District office, the Central District is Edmar Ramos. He was one of our Kahu Alaka'is. And in the Alakai Malama Academy, you start off on the bottom, but Kahu Alaka'i, him and Rutsin Gagaran, remember that name, Rutsin Gagaran, started the program in the 3rd grade, couldn't speak a stitch of English, straight from the Philippines. But by the time she was a sophomore, guess what? She was Kahu Alaka'i, where we did not do anything. We stepped back and we let the Alaka'i do everything. And it was awesome. Every year we had one camp Alakai Malama Academy Camp, and they would invite kids from all the islands. And Maui unit used to come, Big Island, they all used to come to our camp. And but unfortunately for the last year, I could not do any direct service. Like right now, counting direct service, but it's on my time. It's not on the company time. And when I went in 2008, I stepped off the board to become the president of the board of CIS. I stepped down 3 years ago to take a position with Vista to help CIS grow. And now we have so much connections, but the only thing is, it takes money to do stuff, and we spent all ours. I know my board kind of pissed, but that's all right. Anti-Fae was important. It was worth every penny. I told them, when they found out I spent $18,000 for the child, one of the board members almost died. What? You know, like crazy. Wait, they only actually authorized $5,000, and the rest is all on me. Like, oh, just wanted to get the kind, but it helped save her life and kept her around almost a year, so everybody could see her. So I think that was God's gift for us to have that. So the Ohana management system is really on what you do with what you get, yeah, and what you cannot keep anything unless you give it away. You cannot own anything unless you give it away, and that's what I've been truly giving on myself, just giving. And Auntie Faye is a good example, because she died Wednesday and she was still giving, because she gave her body to science. Yeah, that's why it's down at the University of Hawaii, Kaka'ako, being butchered, all the organs, everything going wherever gotta go. So in life, she taught me to be an awesome giver until your last breath. Even after your last breath, she was able to give. So with me giving you guys the kind, I would like to get a little bit of feedback on how that is operating in your life, because I see it for myself. I come out here, most of the people that I run into here practice the Ohana management system. They live aloha. They lived aloha. And this woman lived aloha to her last breath. And that's what I want to do. I want to just continuously give and live aloha. Yeah, so I think that's what I prepared for. I didn't want to go any deeper, because it really gets into the deep end stuff, and that takes just too long. It takes an hour. But this over here, she has a classroom model, and then she has just a model for regular people like we're doing right now. That's the regular model, but everything is based to get to the children, to get to the kids. So I like seeing one song that Auntie Faye wrote that really has the elements of today and what's happening right now. Kulia I ka lo kahi I ke ohola. Kulia I ka lo kahi I ke ohola. Kulia I ka lo kahi I ke ohola. Hawaii's my home, islands under the sun, where mountains grace the endless skies. The water surrounds our islands in the sun. Sacred for land and sea, days slowly gone by. Today we must strive to seek harmony with man and land and sea. We are searching far away to keep what's good in the past. Where sharing, caring's not so strange. Aloha, a way of life, not something to be bought or sold. Lokahi is that way. Lokahi is that way. The lyrics is so awesome. Then she breaks us up into the kind. One take the top, one take the bottom, and they harmonize, and it's awesome. It is an awesome song that she wrote that maybe gonna be recorded soon. Huh? What you think? Yeah, it's just, yeah, you know.